is pissed off, it is furious, and it needs to talk. It needs to talk about all this shit, and it needs to talk to you.
It's not an invitation, a provocation, an indication that I want it, give it, or that I hook.
I love vaginas, and I love women. I don't see them as separate things. Women pay me to dominate them, to excite them, to make them come.
This is how I came to love my vagina.
I didn't start out like this. No, I started out as a lawyer, but in my early 30s I became obsessed with making women happy.
It's embarrassing because it's not politically correct.
I mean, what's the deal? An army of people out there thinking of ways to torture my poor-ass, gentle, loving vagina, spending their days constructing psycho products and nasty ideas to undermine my pussy. Vagina, motherfuckers!
My short skirt is not begging for it. It does not want you to rip it off me or pull it down. My short skirt is not a legal reason for raping me. Although it has been in the past, it will not hold up in this new court.
All this shit, they're constantly trying to shove up us, stuff us up, clean us up and make it go away. Well, my vagina isn't going away. It's pissed off and it is saying, right here. It began as a mission of sorts, but then I got involved in it. I got good at it. It was my art. It was as if I found my calling.
I mean, I know it should have happened in Bath with salt grains from the Dead Sea and onion plain and me loving my woman's self. I know the story. Vaginas are beautiful.
My short skirt, believe it or not, has nothing to do with you.
I wore outrageous outfits would have dominated women. Lace and silk and leather.
And tampons. I mean,
What the hell is that? A dry wad of fucking cotton stuffed up there. Why can't they find a way to subtly lubricate the tampon? Because as soon as my vagina sees it, it goes into shock. It says, forget it, Becky, and it closes up.
I know all of it. Like if we'd grown up in a culture where we were taught fat thighs were beautiful, we'd be pounding down cookies and milkshakes and lying on about spending a day's thigh expanding. But we didn't grow up in that culture.
My short skirt is about discovering the power of my lower calves, of cool autumn air travelling up my inner thighs and about everything I feel, see or pass, just to live inside.
Oh, I hated my thighs. And I hated my vagina even more.
You've got to work with my vagina, you know. Introduce it to things and prepare the way. That's what foreplay is all about. I use props. Whips, handcuffs, rope, and dildos. You've got to convince my vagina, seduce my vagina, engage my vagina's trust. And you can't do that with a dry wad of fucking cotton.
I thought it was incredibly ugly. I was one of those women who looked at it, and from that moment on I wish I hadn't.
There was no witness in law. No dark, mysterious foreplay. No erect nipples. No delicious mouths. But mainly, there was no moaning. Not the kind I'm talking about anyway.
My short skirt is not proof that I'm stupid, undecided or a malleable little girl. My short skirt is my defiance. I will not let you make me afraid. My short skirt is not showing off. This is who I am before you make me cover it up or tone it down. Get used to it.
It makes me sick. Well, I pitied anyone who had to go down there. So, in order to survive, I began to pretend there was something else between me legs. I imagined furniture, cosy futons and little red settees and leopard print rugs, and I got so accustomed to this that I forgot all memory of having a vagina. Then I met Bob. Bob was the most ordinary man that I'd ever met. He was tall and thin and wore khaki clothes. He didn't like spicy foods and all listened to Gareth Gates. He wasn't unavailable, didn't have any problems nor issues, wasn't very funny, and he wasn't even an alcoholic. I didn't particularly like Bob, but but most importantly, he loved the way that they looked. Turns out he was a connoisseur. So, first time we have sex, he tells me he has to see me. Right here, I said. No, you. I need to see you. Well, turn on the light, I said, you know, thinking he was a weirdo who started to freak out in dark. So he turns on the light and he says, okay, I'm ready. Ready to see you. Right here, I waved. Right here. Bob began to undress me. What are you doing, Bob? I says, this is awfully intimate. Can't you just dive in? No, he says, it's who you are. I need to look. But you've seen a red velvet coach before, I says, Bob. No, I need to look. Oh. Okay, so I held my breath. And he looked, and he looked, and he moaned, he gasped, and his face changed, and he didn't look ordinary anymore. He was like a beautiful beast, and you're so beautiful, he says. You're deep, and you're elegant, and you're innocent and wild. You saw that down there, he says. He says, you bloody pan. It began to get wet and turned on and began to swell and feel proud and began to feel like a great paint, you know, maybe even a waterfall. But I began to love me and began to love my vagina. Me and Bob in my vagina. And we were gone. Stop shoving things up me. Stop shoving and stop cleaning it up because it smells damn good already. Don't try and decorate it, and do not believe him when he tells you that it smells like bloody rose petals when it's supposed to smell like pussy. Because then there's these exams that us women have to go through. Why the scary paper dress that scratches your tits and it crunches when you sit down? So you feel like a lot of paper someone just, you know, threw out. Why the rubber gloves? And those mean stirrups that they put your feet in and the mean cold duck lips that they shove inside you. What are they all about? Why can't they find some nice, delicious purple velvet and wrap it around me, lay me down on a nice cotton spread, put on some nice friendly pink or blue gloves, put my feet in some stir-covered stirrups, warm up the ductlets and work with my vagina. Because vaginas need comfort. You know, something to give them pleasure, but no, can't do that. Hate to see a woman having pleasure, particularly sexual pleasure. What us women really need, yeah, is a nice pair of soft cotton underwear with a French tickler built in. Women would be coming all day long. Coming in the supermarket, coming on the underground, coming happy vaginas. But no, of course they won't do that. They could not stand to see all these hot, energised, not taking shit vaginas. My vagina helped release a giant baby into this world. Wanted to do more of that, but it is not doing anymore. So now, just wants to travel. Doesn't want a lot of company, just wants to read and know things and get out some more. Because my vagina loves sex. Oh, it loves sex. It is hungry for depth because it wants to just go deeper. But it wants kindness and change and gentle kisses and deep liquids and all touching, and it just wants to come. But it wants to want, you know? I suppose you'd just say really that my vagina just wants everything. I long to moan. I practiced in front of the mirror, on tape recorder, moaning in various keys. most men anxious. Frankly, it terrified them. I was loud. They couldn't concentrate. They lose focus. They lose everything. Some call me too intense. Some thought I was insane. I made noise into a pillow. I learned to choke my moan. Hold it back like a sneeze. I discovered how excited women got when I was to moan. But more importantly, I discovered how deeply excited I got when other women moaned. When I was in charge of finding the home of the moan, the tempo of the moan, the location of the moan. Well, that's what I called it anyway. Sometimes I use force, but not the violent kind of force, unless they wanted that. More like the, I'm going to take you someplace nice. Now don't you worry. Lay back and enjoy the ride. Kind of force. Now, there's the clitoris moan. There's the vaginal moan. Oh. There's the right on it moan. There's the elegant moan. There's the there's a wasp moan. There's a diva moan. There's a twisted toe moan. There's the yodeling moan. There's the Irish Catholic moan. Oh fuck! Forgive me, Father Roy, I've sinned. And finally, there's the rifle moan.
It's not an indication, a provocation, an invitation that I want it, give it, or that I hook. My short skirt is not begging for it. It does not want you to rip it off me or pull it down. My short skirt is not a legal reason for raping me. Although it has been in the past, it will not hold up in this new court. My short skirt, believe it or not, has nothing to do with you. My short skirt is about discovering the power of my lower calves. A cool autumn air travelling up my inner thighs and about allowing everything I feel, see or pass to live inside. My short skirt is not proof that I'm stupid, undecided, or a stupid little girl. My short skirt is my defiance. I will not let you make me afraid. This is not shown off. This is who I am. Before you made me cover it up or tone it down, get used to it. My short skirt is happiness. I can feel myself on the ground. I am here and I am hot. My short skirt is a liberation. A flag in a woman's army. I declare these streets, any streets, my vagina's country. My short skirt is a turquoise water. A swimming-coloured fish in the starry dark. A bird calling, a train arriving in a foreign town. My short skirt is a wild spin, a full breath, a tango dip. My short skirt is initiation, appreciation, excitation. My short skirt and everything under it is mine.
Mine. Mine. Mine.
Mine. Pussies unite.